Welcome back to Metropole TV, the first 24-hour news business channel here in Kenya and East Africa. This is The Smart Investor. My name is Ali Khan Sachu. Thank you for coming back to the second half. And in the studio, we have a lovely guest who it's so good to catch up with you after such a long time, Alexander Owino.
Thank you so much for having me.
I was thinking back, and I remember the last time we met, you were in the hallowed halls of the Treasury. You were working there, so it's a really pleasant surprise.
This is great. I like it.
Now, today we were going to dive into agriculture, obviously try and pull together lots of threads. First of all, give us the big picture view. I mean, everyone tells me, Ali Khan, Kenya is a soft commodity agricultural economy. That's a fact. Is that true still?
Yes, that's still true.
Yeah.
That's still true.
Yes.
I'm hoping to dive into the nice things first,
yes.
but I like the numbers. You're clearly a numbers man from your background as an investment banker.
Yes.
This is great. But diving into the numbers,
yes.
we're only spending about 3% of our total budget on agriculture.
And what is agriculture in terms of the total GDP?
Agriculture generates 34% of GDP.
So we're spending 3% on something that's making 34%. Does
so
that make sense?
That is a misallocation of resources.
Yes.
And it gets worse.
Yes.
Agriculture employs about 56% to as much as 80% of the labor force, and also generates 65% of our merchandise exports.
Are you serious?
There's a massive underinvestment, and the public underinvestment is mirrored by the private sector.
I was very shocked when you said that, because if you look at the private sector, they seem to have got like the floriculture market right, all our roses, 1/3 of the roses on Valentine's Day. When I'm in London, I go in the supermarket, I find our French, but you're telling me they're underinvesting as well?
We are underinvesting in the sector in total.
Yes.
And remember, under the Malabo Agreement, we committed to invest a minimum of 10% of our budgets to this sector.
So we're currently at 1/3. Yeah.
About a third.
Yes.
So that's really underinvestment. And in the private sector, in total, if you look at the sector share of loans, just 3% again.
I was shocked at that number.
That's
Why is that?
Number.
What does that tell us? Does that tell us banks don't like the risk of farmers? They don't understand the risk? Or what is it?
If you look at it deeply,
yes,
the main reason is that the sector is considered risky.
Yes.
So we need to de-risk it.
Is it risky?
It is not risky, in fact.
Yes.
Because when you look at the NPLs in the sector, you find that the NPLs in agriculture over the last 2 years are lower than other sectors like real estate, construction.
Yes.
So the perception of being risky is not in fact true.
Yes.
The sector is not very risky.
Okay, I understand that. Heavily underinvested. A few efforts I've seen, KCB have pushed, like livestock, Equity Bank has pushed. People have looked at efforts, but are there disruptors coming in into this space able to finance farmers? Because Alexander, I was at an interview with, did an interview with Ashok Shah of APA, and he told me, I've got an insurance product that's on satellite data. If it's not raining, automatically pays the farmer. So he's a disruptor in some ways. Are we seeing people trying to disrupt this? Are there opportunities for financiers who get it?
Yes. Yes and no. The first disruption is what you have described, which is basically a general class of what are called weather-based indices for insurance.
Yes.
Whether they are parametric insurance or weather-based. And take it from me, they haven't worked very well.
They haven't.
So they're very, very glamorous. They sound very good.
But it sounded terrific. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah. And these things were actually set up in Rome by FAO. As part of the Treasury, participated in actually setting up ARC, which is Africa Risk Capacity.
Yes.
Because this is headquartered in Bermuda. Where's Bermuda? Very far from Africa.
Yes.
Far from your livestock farmers. So all efforts towards insurance, whether it's weather-based, parametric insurance, using satellite data, they haven't worked very well.
Yes.
Because ultimately, the farmer will be saying, my output is 100%.
Yeah.
Your insurance is 12% of that 100. And if the rains fail, I get nothing. If there's a pest infection, if there is a fall armyworm, I'm out of business, basically. So essentially, the risks in the sector go beyond just financing, beyond just de-risking it in insurance. The biggest risk is basically the two. One is we depend on rain-fed agriculture.
So this is why we get these fluctuations, and the weather pattern has become more extreme.
And you know climate change is taking place.
I mean, I don't recognize the weather pattern now from my childhood.
Imagine, April it used to rain on the young.
Do you know, it was
so
that
raining.
bang.
So raining now.
I know.
We're now in June,
Yes.
and it's not raining yet.
Yes.
And imagine FuseNet, which is part of the US,
Yes.
have actually predicted below average rains
For this
in the
year.
April to September period.
Yes.
So we're going to get our harvest significantly below trend.
So
again,
but we're
trouble.
still dependent. Could we fix that issue of irrigation?
That can be fixed.
Yeah, it can be fixed.
Can be fixed.
Yes.
So how do you fix that?
Yes.
Do irrigation. When you do irrigation, there are two types. One is for the large-scale
Yes.
farmers, and one is the small-scale farmers. Now, the small-scale farmers produce 70% of your food.
70%
Of your food.
But that's unusual, isn't it, for a country
Yes.
that we got so many smallholder
Smallholder farmers.
Yes, yes.
And if you target small-scale irrigation schemes to them,
Yes.
if the minister has not in his budget, then you're required to be much smarter.
Yes.
Things like water storage, water harvesting, maybe furrows, find a way to store water nearer the farm. Now, those schemes take hard work. The hard work, we don't have the capacity to do it. So
Yes.
that is the first part. The second part, when you do large-scale irrigation, you know the Galana Kulalu.
Yes, yes.
The ghost of Galana Kulalu still haunts us.
What explains that? I mean, a lot of money went in
Yes.
there. Was it faulty from the start, or what?
I
in
think
your
for
opinion?
me, coming close from that treasure, the heart of policy making,
Yes.
the heart of it is this lack of capacity and capability in very many organs that are meant to implement these things. When you lack capacity and capability, it doesn't matter what you do.
Yes.
You not do it well. You not do it at all. Take irrigation. You get the Israelis to support you.
Yes.
They're the best in irrigation in the world.
I thought they were coming. They didn't?
If the best country
Yes.
or sets of companies in the world in an area are helping you and you fail,
What does that mean?
what does that mean?
Yes.
It means you really can't do it. And in any case, Galana Kulalu required us to store water first.
Yes.
Meaning do the Grand Falls High Dam first, which is a 5-year or 3-year project, $3 billion, and then you have water to irrigate 1 million acres.
Yes.
If you don't have the water,
You can't irrigate.
you can't irrigate.
Yes. So we didn't have the water. And
We didn't have the water in the first place.
Wow.
So these are the things that you have. One more factor in terms of de-risking the sector is the market risks.
Yes.
Simple. When you grow more, the price goes down.
Yes.
When you grow less, the price goes up. What does that tell you? The farmers will know the market mechanism means their returns appear fixed. If output goes up, price goes down. If output goes down, price
Yes.
goes up.
I see that in the
So
tea market.
You're almost like the returns from your sector are fixed in the near term.
Yes.
So then if you're a banker, if you're an investor, if you're a PE fund, you want to be in a growing market.
Is the market not growing because we're not doing sufficient value addition? I mean, what about that? You know, if you look at, if I go and buy tea in London, I could be paying £5 for like 20
I can do the math for you.
You know what I mean?
I can do the math for you.
I looked
in
at
Toronto, you're paying the equivalent of $100 a kilo for tea.
Yes.
Because I give you like a sachet of tea, 2 grams, cup of tea, you're paying $20 or $15.
Yes.
Equivalent is $100 per kilo.
Yes.
That farmer in Kenya is getting $2 a kilo.
So is that not the challenge, that we've got to learn how we can add value and sell finished product into the market as opposed to selling raw commodities?
I agree with that, and we've seen that in India.
Yes.
For their tea.
Yeah.
They actually now try to integrate forward
yes.
with the destination markets.
Yes, I think Sri Lanka doing
Sri Lanka's done the same.
Yeah.
So that's a very big insight you've actually teased out of us, out of me.
Yes.
That if you are exporting cash crops,
the
greatest value is realizing the locality of final consumption.
Yes.
So long as we export 90% of our tea, 90% of our coffee, nearly 100% of our flowers, the greatest value addition takes place
elsewhere.
in Holland, in Toronto, in the UK.
Yeah.
So whatever value addition you want to do in Kenya is limited. And that's why you find that Tata tea then bought Tetle's.
Yes.
So that the Tata Tetle integrate with the destination market.
Let me come back. You know, we've been talking on this program of new trends like avocado prices.
Yes.
You know, dramatic surge. The millennials decide they want to put avocado on everything. Boom. This new trend that everyone's talking about, hamburgers, which are vegetarian burgers,
yes.
but they taste like meat,
I saw that.
The food, the plant-based food.
Yes. So like Frankenstein food.
Yes. Now, you're sitting there, you are an expert in this field. I'm a farmer. What would you be telling me what trends would you be telling me to jump on as?
That's a very, very good question.
From what you know.
The first trend I would get you is go organic.
Go organic.
Farming.
Full on.
Full organic farming.
Yes.
The second one is limit or reduce your use of pesticides and chemicals.
Yes.
Are we using too many? We're using too much. We're using harmful chemicals.
I saw some horrible data points saying, pretty bad, right? So we do that.
Do that. The next thing you need to do, start growing food crops.
Yes.
That sounds like a no-brainer.
Food crops, so in your
things
mind,
we eat, things we consume.
And would you be because when I look at the local market, somebody said in Ali Khan, we can't get enough potato chips.
Yes.
So are there opportunities for farmers, if they are smart, to reorient what they're doing?
Yeah, when you start growing food crops,
yeah,
what happens is you'll feed yourself first.
Yes.
Sort of feeding the market.
Yes.
Feeding the international markets.
Yes.
The next thing is then you'll be able to be both a consumer and a producer.
Yeah.
Remember my dictum?
Yes.
Greatest value addition takes place in the locality of final consumption.
Yes.
Then that is what you then send to the market. I mean, look at our Western brothers across.
Yes.
What do they sell us?
Yes.
Food.
Yes.
What do we sell them? Things we don't eat.
Yes.
Now, producing what you consume or rather, consuming what you don't produce and producing what you don't consume, that's a recipe for a disaster in terms of food security.
Yes.
So the other thing I'll tell the farmer is diversify also your farm.
The farm mix.
The mix.
That you've got
the
there.
Crop
Don't
mix.
be a monocrop farm.
Don't be a monocrop.
Yeah.
And why do I say that? Surprise, surprise. Imagine just 3 crops.
Yes.
Just 3 crops.
Yes.
Account for 50% of global calorific intake.
Yes.
Just 3 crops.
Which ones?
Maize, wheat, rice.
Yeah.
You add 2 more crops, 70%. So our own diets are very concentrated. Very concentrated. We are no longer eating the bounty of nature, the biodiversity of nature. We are not at home, say, taking sorghum, yams, sweet potatoes.
Our diet has totally changed. You just have to look around the cities.
Take chips and rice.
Chips and rice,
and chicken, and you're done.
Yeah.
So that's not very good. So we need a very biodiverse diet. And the farmer should also have diversity in what he's growing.
Yes.
Legumes, maybe the first 3 months. The next 3 months you do this. The third month you do this. Third 3 months.
Yeah.
So over a 4-year period, over 4 months, 4 sort of growing cycles, you have different things maturing at different times.
So your cash flow is
But
good.
if you're depending on just maize,
yes,
rains fail, you're wiped out.
Yeah.
Just coffee. There's a coffee berry disease, you're wiped out.
Yes.
Sugar. The sugar companies are in trouble, you're wiped out.
Yes.
And that's why you constantly see farmers going for a bailout. Please, Mr. Government, please bail me out. That's not sustainable.
Let me ask you another question. I got taken for a tour around the coffee farms near Kiambu.
Yes.
And we visited about 4 farms. And Alexander, every farmer I met was 65 to 70.
Yes.
And I asked them, where the kids? The kids have gone. So was that just a phenomenon I noticed or is that a countrywide phenomenon? Because in France, when I was there, they said, Ali Khan, we had to create structures to bring back children to the farm and encourage them and let them understand there was a livelihood and a living. Do we have an age problem here?
We have an age problem.
Yeah.
You put your finger on the pulse. And our age problem is agriculture, for the reasons we have said, is not attractive to the young people.
Yes.
Therefore, the average age of our farmers, KNBS data, is about 60.
Yes.
So in 10 years, they'll be 70.
Yeah.
They can't even bend at that age.
Yes.
To use a hoe to. That will be now a food security crisis.
Yes.
That needs to be managed. We need to put resources behind it, and we need to ensure it doesn't happen. But if we do nothing, business as usual, that crisis will. It's a train going to reach the station.
Yeah.
So the way to do the reverse is then to say, how can I bring agriculture into the new world? Sort of like agriculture 4.0.
Yes, yes. And what would that involve in your mind?
That would involve, I've said organic farming, less use of pesticides and fertilizers. You're using crop diversity.
Yes.
Diversity so that you preserve soil health, water health, human health as well.
Yeah.
Now, doing that takes a lot of technology.
Yes.
And we think the technology will come in from soil measurements. If you do any...
Are we doing the science of agricultural, soil measurements, understanding what is the best fertilizer? Are we doing all of that?
We're not doing enough of it.
Because we've got a lot of these agencies everywhere,
Yes.
You look at Kemrys and this
Again,
and that.
capacity.
Yes.
Capacity.
Are they doing it?
They have the skills.
Yes.
Having the skills not enough. I told you just before
Yeah.
coming in.
No, that's why
you have to move from lab to farm.
Yes.
So
we're in the lab.
Having the skills or the technology in the lab is not good enough. You must move it to the farmer. Now, the vehicle for moving it are extension services.
Yes.
Can I break your heart?
Yes.
They collapsed in the 80s.
There
are no extension services. How will this farmer get technical assistance as to how to plant, how to rotate your crops, how to
Aren't
weed?
they getting that at the county level? The counties are not trying to stimulate that. Isn't that a relatively quick win for the counties?
The counties have less capacity than
the central
government. So if there is a general lack of capacity and capability in those agencies to execute, what about somebody with lesser being? So you find that is the biggest problem, that if there's no channel of imparting that improved agronomy, improved animal husbandry to the farmer, it doesn't matter how many technologies you have in the lab, nothing will come to the farmer. Basic things like farrowing, like terracing. You see them in China. Everywhere is terraced.
Everywhere.
Do you see it here?
No.
There's none.
Yeah. So the water's just coming down.
They just come
none
down.
of it's being captured or anything.
Yes, they just come down. So those are basic things.
So okay, I understand that. So tell me, underinvested in, what would you be doing if I'd suddenly said to you, buddy, you're the minister, and it starts now? What would you be doing?
That is amazing. I think where you'd need to start is to actually say the head of state has identified agriculture and food security as one of his big four
Yes, that's right.
pillars.
Yeah.
So allocate it the requisite resources you need. And that's not 52 billion shillings.
Yes.
That you're looking at about 200 billion shillings.
Money's tight right now.
That's also a very good pointer.
Yes.
If you allocate more to food, somewhere else must get less.
Yes.
So that's a point into why I can tell you that we are not allocating enough to the big four. There was nowhere that I saw the minister saying, I'm cutting 200 billion off.
Yes, yes.
If you allocate more to something, you must cut elsewhere.
Yes.
There was no cutting elsewhere.
Yeah.
So side by side with allocating more, then you must also use it better.
Yes.
How do you use it better?
Yeah.
Smallholder farmers.
Yes.
Limit post-harvest losses.
Yes.
Things like hermetic seal bags.
Yes.
Don't think grain elevators in the Midwest.
Yes.
I could see where your mind is.
Yes.
Things like cottage industries for the small-scale farmers. Then now we have something called an agroecological hub.
Yes. Where's that?
Where you have, that's a tool being used in South Africa and in Asia. Take Homa Bay.
Yeah.
Homa Bay has got pineapple. They have also aloe vera. They have sorghum, and they're near the lake.
Yes.
If you build an agroecological hub, this is like one factory that takes inputs from one crop. Some of the waste goes into another product. Some of the products from the third goes into the next. For instance, pineapple.
So what about what has happened in Makweni with the mangoes? Is that an example of creating, that
That's
process?
close.
Yes.
Yeah, I know the German name is called Verbund.
Yes.
Like when you look at BASF,
yes.
You've heard of the
Yes.
Verbund.
Yes.
Verbund is basically coal gets in or oil gets in, and you get 1,000 products coming out.
Yeah.
And sometimes one product feeds into the next process. So the same thing with a Verbund in, say, Homa Bay.
Yeah.
You'd have, you're looking at the pineapple, the aloe vera, you're looking at the fish, you're looking at the sorghum and millet, and maize as well. Create one central hub to process this. The waste from pineapple can go into fertilizer. The waste from the fish can go into like glue. Glue comes from fish. So when you have a Verbund, then the farmers can realize more returns.
Yes.
The other thing you need to do, they need infrastructure. There's no road there. There's no power there. There is no rail transport. You know the US rail network?
Yes.
What is the primary product they're transporting?
I agree.
is agri.
Yes, but that's a big
basically
agri
coal
economy.
and
Yes.
agri.
Yeah.
Even SA. So unless you tell Kenyans, I want to spend on infrastructure to support farmers, don't just say I want to spend on infrastructure. For who?
Yes.
Always ask for who and for what. The other day you saw Laikipia or Nyahururu.
Yes.
The farmers were feeding their carrots to cows, they were
Yes.
throwing them down.
Yeah.
Why? There was no road to the market. Fix that. Don't worry about a technopolis
Yes.
in Konza.
Konza.
Yeah.
But he came here, he was very bullish about his Technopolis.
Yes.
Yes. But you think that doing an agripolis would be more
Yes,
effective?
agripolis.
Yes.
That's a very good name.
Yes.
The agroecological hub can
Yeah.
become an agripolis.
Yes.
Then you can do a little bit of what we are calling climate smart agriculture.
Yes.
Now, climate smart can be a name also for very advanced agriculture.
Yes.
You know, like the problem the EU has with the US?
Yes.
Chlorinated chicken.
Yes.
We don't want chlorinated chicken.
We don't.
We don't.
Yeah.
So again, back to organic farming, back to less use of chemicals and pesticides, support the smallholder farmer, give him extension services which collapsed a generation ago.
You know, did you follow the example of Malawi under the previous president,
Yes, I did,
Mutharika,
yes.
when they basically did this and
Yes.
gave fertilizer to their farmers,
Yes.
and production went up like
And
that?
they're food secure.
Now, my question to you, with these few ideas,
Yes.
is it possible to surge production
We can surge production 10 times
10 times?
if we support the smallholder farmer.
I'm going to leave it on that note and tell you you have an open invitation, because we want to go and dive into the pillars of our economy, and we look forward to doing
Yes.
that with you. Thank you for such an innovating and positive conversation.
And it is.
Pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This was The Smart Investor. This was Metropole TV, the first 24-hour business news channel. My name is Ali Khan Sachu, and my guest today with me was Alexander George Owino, a multi-talented economist who decided to talk some agriculture with us, and what a fascinating conversation it has been. Thank you, Alexander.